Hey, welcome to This Week with Bob and Chris. We are in Dallas right now.
On the road.
On the road.
Yeah.
And I hit go live, and Chris was like, "Oh, I guess we're ready."
Yeah, we're probably gonna get video bombed because where we're standing is gonna be interesting, but we'll play along with it.
So Chris and I met up in Dallas this week, and we met up with our support team and our cyber teams to really see what's going on and learn some of the new trends. And some of the stuff is scaring me, and that's why I've got Chris here to go unpack some of the things. But
So I think the thing that we learned in the last year is cyber insurance for like IT providers in general has went up substantially, right? Because our risk is bigger than most companies.
Sure.
And we saw a guy speak who's an expert in cyber insurance, and honestly, he probably scared the shit out of me a little bit more than you. Well, maybe not. Maybe he scared us both equally. But here's how it is to operate as an IT business today with normal businesses, like with any normal business, and how your cyber insurance is a little bit different than ours. I think that's probably a good starting point. So when you get cyber insurance, you're protecting yourself, right? You're protecting your business, your assets. Like you're trying to make sure that you have like coverage for if you have a breach or an incident and maybe like loss of business, stuff like that. You're trying to cover that. We have that as well, but we also have to have some level of protection for the customers that we're providing service for. And that gets scary on our end because IT providers like us, we're getting close to uninsurable. And it's not because we're have a problem, it's the industry as a whole.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about us is the IT industry is not a regulated industry. We have no set rules that we have to comply by. We've got government standards that make great recommendations for what people should do. But if a client gets breached, or when a client gets breached and they get an insurance claim, it's not necessarily the client that's coming after the IT provider. It's coming after the insurance company might pay, and then the insurance company wants to get their money back. So what are they going to do? They're going to go look and see who touched everything, and they might say, you're not doing what's acceptable today. But
we saw a case study. The case study was amazing because they actually broke down. There was a case study between an IT provider who got breached and lost like $1.7 million. Or no, I'm sorry. The client lost $1.7 million. And they came back, their insurance company went through and they created documented stuff of, hey, this IT provider said they were doing this, they were doing this, they didn't do this, they didn't do this. And they kept digging deeper. And they actually got stuff that didn't even matter for the actual breach. But what it did is it built a case for them, and the IT provider lost. And it was a $1.7 million case. Here's the reality. If we get sued, regardless of whether it's from our client or the insurance company, and we get a hit on our cyber insurance, we're almost uninsurable.
Yeah. And, the other thing, the other takeaway I had there was, don't end up in court because you're going to lose no matter what. Either time or press. But the amount of effort it takes to defend a lot of these things, and you really want to make sure that you've got everything documented. Yeah. And when it comes right down to it, one of your employees probably clicked on something for what the breach was. And
95% of cyber attacks are because of human error.
So
whether it's us or whether it's the customer, right? So we do everything we can to protect our clients, to protect our customers. We both do. We talk about it constantly. But the reality is your best friend, we could have a best friend be a business owner that's a customer of ours, but if their business is on the line, they're going to sue us. And that's a problem. So the takeaway, I think the biggest takeaway for us is when we recommend things to customers, and we're going to be even more forthcoming than we were before, but like when we recommend things that need to happen, there's going to have to be a paper trail. It's going to make business a little more rigid than maybe it has been in the past.
It's going to make it more rigid. It's also going to make it more expensive because, somebody's got to pay the cyber insurance. We can't continue to eat the cost on all the additional tools and other services we put in there. So, it's no longer, IT support is no longer something that can be done as a part-time job. No. And it really needs to be, you need to have the right tools in place and the right insurance to protect you, to protect us, and to protect you for your business. And I think breakfast is being served, Chris.
Yeah, I think so too. So we'll probably cover this a little bit more in the future because it's really something about the paper trail that we have to create, the evidence that we have to create is actually probably I don't know, what do you think, quintupling? At
Easily.
least easily. So we're going to have to provide that to you. And if you're a client and you're not doing something we recommend that's a best practice in cybersecurity, you're going to get a letter from us, and there's going to be evidence created to make sure that we're covering our basis, because at the end of the day, we can't force your business and to do something. The risk is your business. We're helping you manage that risk, but honestly, the risk is at your level. There's nothing you can do to really get rid of that. So, cool.
That's it. Let's go get some breakfast.
All right.
Have a good week, people.
We'll see you next week.